Hello guys, I want to talk with you about one of my favorite Straw Hat members, 2020 Chopper. If you search up Chopper's Awakening here on YouTube or fan art on the internet in general, you will get to see those kind of transformations. But I am here to explain for you that Oda may choose a different road with this. I personally think that in his awakening he will take the form of a centaur. Let me explain. Oda is known for taking inspiration from history, and a lot of his characters are based on real persons on ancient mythology. In the case of our Straw Hat Doctor, I think he will do the same. For his awakening, I believe that his awakening is based on an ancient Greek mythological creature that was called Chiron. He was a centaur known for his wisdom, kindness, and healing skills. Unlike other centaurs who were wild and violent, Chiron was civilized and intelligent, often serving as a teacher and healer. Chiron was skilled in medicine, surgery, and herbs. He was considered the first great healer, and many ancient medicine traditions trace their origins to his teaching. I don't believe and say his devil fruit is the mythical Chiron devil fruit. No, I believe that Oda will make his awakening to be a centaur according to the healer centaur Chiron. First, let's talk about why Chopper looks the way he does. Chopper is a reindeer who ate the human fruit, which is a Zoan devil fruit that allows the user to transform to a human when he goes to his full Zoan form. For example, this is Rob Lucci, who ate the leopard fruit. This is how he looks normally. This is his full Zoan form, which is a leopard, and this is his hybrid form. But in Chopper's case, some people think this is Chopper's full Zoan form, and this is his hybrid, and that this is his normal form. But no, since he is an animal, so a reindeer, this is his normal form. And this, which I will explain in this part of the video, is his full Zoan form. And this is his hybrid form. I know, something isn't right. If he ate a human fruit, why is his full Zoan form looking like this, with reindeer hair all around his body and a blue reindeer nose? This question got asked to Oda, and the answer for it is simple. Oda, when starting to design the Straw Hat characters, he tried particularly to make Chopper's design unique and different from the other Straw Hats, and make him stand out from the rest. It is worth mentioning that there are other characters in the series that don't even have a devil fruit, but look like animals, yet are confirmed by the data box to be actual human, like Mazira, who looks like a gorilla, and Shoyo, who looks like an orang-utan. Chopper's most important fight in the series is without any doubt Dokyu. Since Chopper's dream is being able to cure every disease in the world, fighting a man whose devil fruit can infect you with any disease in the world is the most significant battle in his life. Winning against him would mean you are able to fight the most dangerous and rare disease in the world. The problem is, when I am thinking about this fight, I see a big mismatch between both in physical strength and size. On the one side, we have at least a 42.6 feet monster who was able to outmuscle a second Yonko commander who was in his full dinosaur form, against, on the other side, a sick 20-year-old dude who looks like 70 years old with his sick horse. I thought about it for quite some time and thought maybe Q could maybe infect himself and maybe also his horse with a disease like gigantism, which results in him gaining excessive height and body size, or acromegaly, which results in the person's hands, feet, jaw and facial bone growing larger and thicker. But since the Blackbeard Pirates aren't fighting fair and with honor, the more realistic approach for Dr. Q is avoiding the fight, since the Rumble Ball has time limits. He only needs to fly away in the sky until the time of the Rumble Ball is over. That's why Chopper needs a transformation which is obtained naturally, and also strong and fast enough to fight strong enemies. Right now in the story in Albef we have Nami, Usopp, Jinbei and Brook captured by Imoganku's arrows, which are probably very hard to escape from until Imoganku is defeated. And Robin, who is captured by Summer's thorns, but it looks like she could escape on her own if she really wanted. But there is Zoro, who could cut those thorns easily. So we can say that only Luffy, Sanji, Zoro, Chopper and Frankie are free. Frankie is right now under the branch, where Imoganko, Summers and Killingham are, and also he is without the Frankie Shogun. That's why I predict that he will stay fighting alongside the giants against those nightmare manifestations. With that we can do our Elbaf matchups. I think Luffy and Lucky will fight alone against Imoganko. The wings of the future Pirate King, Zoro and Sanji will fight the two blue and red ogres, Dorgi and Brogy. The new giant warrior pirates will fight the old giant warrior pirates. Robin, who used the power of the flower fruit, will fight Summers, who use the power of the thorn fruit. And Killigam, who has awakened his mythical Zoan fruit, will fight against Chopper, who has artificially awakened his normal Zoan fruit. If Chopper has to see with his eyes the abilities of an awakened Zoan fruit in a battle, then this is the only chance in the series he has. Starting off with the Black Maria, we got our first example where a Zoan double fruit user was able to take a form where only her lower part of the body took the animal form. In her case it was a spider, and her upper body stayed that of a human. Oda confirmed in an SBS that she took a substance to alter her appearance, which led to her to take this form. In the same arc we had Jake, who his hybrid form also took that of a centaur, even though he kept his mammoth head. Moving to the next arc, Egghead Island, we got the introduction of the 5 Elders form, even though we don't get a definitive confirmation if those transformations were achieved through devil fruits or Emo's power, since they have a cloud surrounding them, like when Luffy and Yamato awakened their Zoan fruit. It is safe to say that those transformations are devil fruit in nature. Between those 5 elders we have also 2 of them, Saint Saturn and Saint Nojuro. Both have the upper half of a human, while their lower half is that of an animal. Coming to our latest arc, like I mentioned, we have Killingham. This shows that Oda is leaning toward a centaur design for the hybrid and awakened Zoan forms. Chopper did struggle, rejected by his own reindeer herd because he looked different from them, with his blue nose and how he walked on 2 legs. Also the humans feared him because he looked like a yeti rather than a human in his full Zoan form. In Fishman Island arc, Chopper said to Zoro, I realized that back then the reason I wanted to become a human was that I really just wanted friends. Now I just want to be a monster that can help Luffy. Basically saying that he is comfortable being a monster rather than a human looking. But to achieve a true awakening of a devil fruit, your own will must align with the will of the devil fruit. For example, there are characters like Doflamingo who achieved an awakening because his whole life he is manipulating people, which aligns with the string fruit. On the other hand, you see someone who is so strong and powerful like Kaido never achieved the awakening because his will is to conquer and destroy the world, which doesn't align with the devil fruit, with the dragon fruit, which is a symbol of power, wisdom and harmony, seen by many cultures as bringing rain, prosperity and protection. For Chopper to achieve his true form and get the real power to help Luffy, he need to align his will with the will of his devil fruit. In my prediction, he doesn't need to be one or the other, monster or human. He can be both in the same time, in the form of the centaur. Chopper's role in the final war is leading the Minks in the battle alongside Carrot, who is younger than him and not ready to do it on her own. To be honest with you guys, the idea of this video came after I saw Killingham transforming into his centaur form and holding this battle horn to lead those nightmare manifestations. The picture of all the Minks transforming in the Sulong form by the use of the rumble balls and led by Chopper is in his centaur form holding a battle horn is the idea that I think Oda is going with for Chopper. Oda has a running joke with the bounty poster of the Straw Hat crew, like pictures in the case of Sanji and Frankie and the amount of berry in the case of Usopp and Chopper. I believe the Straw Hat's bounty after they find the One Piece will be the accurate one and won't have any mistakes or under or overestimations. Chopper is always mistaken for a pet or a mascot of the crew. That's why his bounty is low, even though Minks are a well-known race in the One Piece world. I believe after the Marine and the world government sees his centaur form and his human half, they will recognize that they made a mistake and give him a real bounty according to his threat level. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button and subscribe for more content like this every week. Let me know what you thought in the comment below.